Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to our little mining trip. Before we flip the switch and turn on the coal generator, I'm making some space for the heat to naturally spread out so we don't get really high temperatures for our poor fellows to actually feed the coal generator, and by doing so, I am collecting a lot of stuff. There is loads of algae and loads of coal in the areas I have just designated for digging out. So as soon as all of this area is dug out, we will have an excessive amount of coal and an excessive amount of algae, which will be a very, very nice thing indeed as we begin work on our biodistillers and begin work on getting some more water into our base. Right now, it's looking really good, especially since we only have 3 people even now, which means our overall consumption of oxygen, food, and water is incredibly low. I feel like this base will go a very, very long time before any issues actually arise. Well, probably some small issues here and there, but nothing which will threaten the life of the colony. And then in the future, we can look up some ways to do unlimited resource, such as using our lovely morbs over here and the pufferfish, and by using lava and superheated rooms with the batteries and such to create steam and therefore no longer needing sand. There's a lot of stuff we can do, but for now, I will allow my minions to sleep before they start digging out again. I should also mention, since we're mining here so much, I've also built these 3 little algae terrariums just to ensure that our minions don't have to run all the way back every time they need a breath of air, because they are going to be here for quite some time. If this is finished within the next 4 days, I will be impressed. I think I also need some more storage space, so perhaps digging into here very soon. Getting close now to being able to turn on the coal generator, and as such, here are the airlocks. With 4 of them, I'm almost certain all of the carbon dioxide that's going to build up here won't be able to spill back straight into our base. Well, at least not all of it. Maybe a little bit here and there, but certainly not more than we can deal with. I've also decided to build this ladder down, so we have 2 very large sections for the carbon dioxide to naturally pull into, so that won't be too much of an issue. These terrariums will soon be turned off as well, because we now have just enough oxygen to finish the mining before all of this gets completely... Word, where is the word I am looking for right now? Isolated from the rest of the base. Everyone, please remember that Lathrix is literally paid to speak. If you have any dreams or hopes in life, no matter how far-fetched, no matter how unobtainable you may think it is, you can get there. Because Lathrix speaks for a living. The last bit of collecting is now being done. I have removed the algae terrariums, and now it's about time to turn on the coal generator. We have 39,000 kilograms of coal, and we are still on over 5.5 thousand kilograms of algae. We are doing very, very well so far, with no major issues. And with this lovely coal generator being so close to the base, and so close to where the coal is being stored, it should be a lot easier to keep on being used, unlike the last one. The last one was utterly awful. It was so out of the way, even to be turned on and off was actually an issue. So as soon as that cable goes in, we are ready to take away our manual treadmill. The coal generator is now working, so it's time to start our biodistillers. It's almost time as well to finally get a 4th person, just because we are starting to run into a few difficulties in terms of our fellows not being able to sort out everything in regards to the standard running of our base. Filling this with coal, filling these with water and algae, and of course now running to the biodistiller. In addition to the odd building project and digging project, I think a 4th member is needed. I am really happy we've got to cycle 52 with only 3 people. We have loads of algae, loads of coal, we're about to get more water, we have loads of water left because of how little we need, with only this amount of algae terrariums needed to make all the oxygen we require. But it is time to get a 4th person. It's kind of sad, but definitely needed. I'm also thinking that I need more batteries. That may be helpful. I would have already made more, but they do slowly leak power all by themselves, so it does seem almost wasteful to have too many. Could you please build that piece of wiring? That would be fantastic to get that working. Then I would like this to be built. Then continue with everything else. So let's make that an 8 instead, shall we? Never mind, already being built. And you will hold our filtration medium, just like the one over there. Put that on maximum so it's always filled to the top. And now all that remains is to actually get the biodistillers to work. So we want lots and lots of slime. That little piece of water there is so annoying, because all of our people are going to stand in the contaminated water to dig through here. That is so irritating. It's not being purposefully placed there to just be annoying. The biodistillers have begun their work, producing poisonous water and exporting lots of horrible gas, whilst making happy little bits of algae. So, the big thing here then, is there really isn't an easy way to ensure that our guys don't get a lovely, unhealthy dose of contaminated oxygen. The easiest way would be to pipe out all of the gas, and then repipe it in, but because of our duplicants having to go in there all the time to manually put in the slime and take out the algae, the only way really we can go about this is by perhaps adding these, the air deodorizers, then allowing this one here to perhaps use filtration medium. This way it does produce normal oxygen, so this will be a semi-clean area between the two horrible areas. But it is a very manually intensive thing, and I don't really know if that's worth it. I'll do it for now, and we'll see how it goes, and if it is really annoying, we'll simply remove them, and people will get sick occasionally, oh well. But if it's going well, then everything will be fantastic. Put these on maximum, since they do need to be working now. Hello, Puffed. So, we now have the Puffed, so let's make sure he can't escape, and I'll just keep him around. He will devour the contaminated oxygen in this area and produce slime. Actually, having him here is much more effective than one of these air deodorizers. I really hope he ends up in here, then. He can use the airlocks, so maybe, just maybe, this will all turn out really well. Go you, Puffed, you adorable little fish thing. The first droplet of water from the biodistiller has just been added to the reservoir, and many more are to come. My god, we have the Morb right there as well. We could so easily dig this and then get them both together already. The earlier we do this, the better though. I wonder if there is any way to block them in using the airlocks. You can manually close them. You open the... because currently it's on auto, you can open and then close them, so perhaps doing that would be able to trap them, and then eventually you just open the door to collect the stuff, run back out. For now though, there's nowhere really the Puffed can go too bad. As long as he's in this area, it's fine. If he gets into the main base, which is quite unlikely, again, it's not really a big deal because there's no contaminated oxygen in there. He'll just get stuck and eventually come back out again. I've only just realised it's now cycle 58, and we're still in such a stupidly strong position. There is no hints at all of us running out of any major resource. We are overflowing with food to the extent that I just allow it to fall to the floor now, and even our water reserve is now going back up. We even have algae still, which I haven't even bothered collecting because we have so much from the mine over here that we have just no need for it. There's coal still left. This is going so much better than the last time, it's actually a little bit silly. So now I may as well allow research to once again begin. Let's just do fine dining, why not? The fertilizer maker, the cooking station, and the refrigerator. All things we don't need, but it's an easy bit of research, so I may as well allow my researcher to actually do his job. I also have no idea where that hatch has gone. He was over here at some point. Oh, no, I think I saw him then. Where is he? I saw it for a second. Where is that? There it is. I think it might be stuck because of that door. I simply haven't seen him pop up again. The only thing which could become a problem is temperature, so let's have a quick look-see. Very hot in here, as to be expected. It's getting warmer near the top, so the next thing we need to do then, probably in the next episode, to dedicate a video to it, as I do like doing that sort of themed thing, is turn this section over here into our temperature control. So the hot air gets pumped out, cool air gets pumped back in. You know the general rule. But this time, rather than just pumping in the cool air at the bottom, which did work surprisingly well, because it's one of these weird things which sounds so counterintuitive, because of course cold goes down, hot goes up, as we all know, but by pumping so much cold down to the bottom and drawing the heat out at the top, it does cause an effect for the heat to essentially dissipate more and more in the center, as it takes less heat to rise when the bottom is so cold, and then that section becomes cooler, and so on and so forth, with all the heat being removed from the top. Even more so now, since we don't have any of the heat generating stuff actually in the main base, almost all of the main things are over here, slowly burning this section of the map and filling it with so much carbon dioxide, it looks really creepy. And yet kind of psychedelic at the same time. Almost ready now to trap the second Morb down here as well, so how I think this is going to work is I'm going to have to build a little ladder here to box him off in there whenever he's over there. Then that way I can knock him out of where he currently is. That's the only way I think this is going to work. Ah. That's unforeseen. Apparently the Morb can't even walk over the ladder. I was almost certain they could. Apparently incorrect. Maximum priority, destroy that ladder, make a new tile, and then trap him. Once again, maximum for now. Let's make it out of... let's go with igneous rock. There's plenty of that around. Hello, Morb. All the water has been cleaned up from the bottom. Wonderful. Now timing this is going to be really annoying. Also, I can't even build there, can I yet? So actually, I guess just putting down a ladder would work then. So deconstruct 9. Let's hope it's on the right side, then build the ladder. I know they can jump, that's the thing, I know they can jump gaps. But apparently they don't like walking over things. Did you get hungry as soon as you touched that? I would never be hungry if I was in this area. Thank God illness is so rare in this game. Once again. Of course he's there. At least if we do this, it means he might jump down onto it, so when we destroy it, there's a real chance that maybe he'll just fall down naturally, and then he's on this platform instead, which is far easier. Oh, I see what the problem was. He couldn't jump because this piece of coal got in the way. That makes more sense. There we are, that's all I wanted. So now he's trapped in this section, we can start destroying all of this, using the correct tool, thank you very much. And then work on getting him to the floor level. And then work on getting the puffed over here as well. I think what I may need to do is block off this section because he keeps on going there as it is the highest in his area. That puffed sure loves being high. And down he goes, finally, both Morbs there at the bottom. That took way too long. Okay, dig that, and then start to deconstruct on the way down, and then we'll work on getting you over there as well. All it took was a little bit of coaxing by building some tiles there, and now our lovely puffed is stuck in this section, so let's very quickly build this. Though honestly, the chance of him going low enough and then moving through these is very low anyway. So close that door as well, please. Maybe when you're done cleaning up. Interesting, I've just powered this mechanical airlock, and as you can see, I can't actually do anything with it. I still require someone else to change the options around. I think this may be bugged. I think perhaps how fast this works should only happen when it's powered, but it's simply not happening at the moment. So for the sake of not losing power, because there is a very good chance we'll end up losing power with this permanently plugged in, I'm just going to cut the cord there. And slime! Good! Once we've cleaned up all this, we can lock this until there's actually a build-up of slime. I'm building a platform here. It's a very special platform designed to be able to allow one of our minions to stand there and get stuck without oxygen. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be testing the theory of, can we make a morb if we get someone stuck and kill them? Because apparently, according to the forums, what can happen is, once you kill someone, that attracts morbs. And it doesn't mean morbs go towards them, it means morbs will spawn in. I don't even know. Okay, I'm not looking, wherever the mouse is closest. Okay, you there, Twinkle Toes. Virgil. Hello. Let's just make sure you can't fight, so you don't accidentally attack someone. Wonderful. Now, Virgil, welcome. As a rite of passage for all new people, I need you to move over here. Very weird, I know. We are very weird people. Thank you, Virgil. Now, with the deconstruct tool, can someone please do this? Thank you, Virgil. Okay, I didn't quite expect it to be Virgil to do this, but okay. No, Virgil, you're too smart for me. Move there. Thank you. There we go. So Virgil will stay here until he eventually dies. When he does, we're going to find out if we can spawn in morbs. It's going to take a while for him to die, but he will. Oh, I feel so bad about this. I may be laughing, but I do legitimately feel bad. It's just a little mindless character. He didn't even exist until a moment ago, and it was our choice to even allow him to exist. I would try to say we're doing him a kindness, but we are really not. In any way. Occasionally he gets a little bit of oxygen, but not much. He's going to die peacefully in his sleep. This is what peacefully looks like, everyone. You know, I could pause this or edit this, but I think you should be here too, to witness this horror. Okay, we'll skip ahead until he eventually dies. It may take a while. The Puff there, helping Virgil to run out of oxygen. Thanks, Puffed. Now, the issue is, for some time, our other people will mourn his death, so I will have to be very careful of our stress levels. If this does work, however, it means that every time we can make a duplicant, we can send them in here, kill them, and spawn in more of the morps. Sorry, the morbs. I keep on calling them morps today for some reason. The morbs, and then this will always be filled with contaminated oxygen, and therefore I will always have slime. It finally happened. We've now got a third morb because of this lovely, lovely corpse. Oh, Virgil, your sacrifice to Grandfather Nurgle, god of plague, has not been forgotten, and will not be forgotten for many, many years to come. Then it will be forgotten, but for now, we are very happy with your sacrifice, giving us more lovely little pets, so we have unlimited poop, and therefore unlimited contaminated poisonous oxygen, and therefore unlimited water. Thank you, Virgil. And the sad thing is, he is so not going to be the last, by a long shot. We now have 4! We now have 4! Yet another one have spawned from Virgil. Has spawned from Virgil. Clearly, I need some sleep, but this game is far too addictive, and we have 4 of them. That is really quite awesome, honestly. It's that time again. So, to make things fair, I'm always going to pick the ones on the right, unless they have the negative mouth breather, which means they consume more oxygen per second, which simply makes them easier to kill. So I'm afraid, Bert, you're up. Hi, Bert. Could you move here? Could you just move here for a second, buddy? Just move into this little chamber. Just go on, move into the chamber. You don't need to sleep, do you, Bert? And afterwards, could you close this door? Could you just close it? But no, Bert, no, go back, Bert. Bert, you don't need to sleep. Okay, Bert, that's a very weird way to sleep. While being pooped on, next to morbs, next to a corpse. Bert, you're a very weird person. Either way, you're moving here as soon as you wake up. Wow, you can actually do that? That's weird. I did not expect you to be able to move in your sleep. Can I up the priority of that by any chance? That order? Doesn't look like it. No, Bert. Move inside first. Now do it. No! You were going to do the job! Do it! I thought this would make things easier. It seems like it's making it more difficult. I just need to keep on moving him back. There we go, until someone closes it. I think it was eventually him. Okay, have fun. Yep, I feel bad right now. Again. But, you know, it's for the greater good. This is taking quite some time. So, I've been thinking, what we could do is, if we're going to plumbing, we could always add a liquid pipe to drown them, or we could add a, where are you, a gas pump in there, and by doing this, we could create a vacuum. And the best thing is, we could turn it off whenever no one's in there, and then turn it on by using the person who's inside there to actually flick the switch. It's literally an anti-gas chamber. And it's horrific, but it would be so much faster than what we're doing currently. I think it would actually be a kindness. So yeah. That's what's going to happen. There we are, and then plumbing, and where's the gas pipes? There it is. Pump outwards. Where are you, gas vent? There we are. I think that will work. It should work. The problem is gas vents can sometimes stop working if there's too much gas outside, but it doesn't seem to be like that at the moment, especially with the puft consuming so much of the contaminated oxygen. Finally, he has indeed starved to death. So let's open this back up then. And then what we'll do is destruct only buildings and destroy that down there. I feel so cruel thinking so hard on how to do this more efficiently. Maybe that is the kindness. I don't want them to suffer. I just want their rotting corpses. I'm so tired, the word sounds so odd. Look at how many morbs we have now. I'm so sorry, Bert. Well, let's see if it works then. So the manual airlock is now closed. And this is pumping out gas. Oh, it's definitely working. We're now down to milligrams. And soon, that will likely be a vacuum. I can also hear that we now have access to a new person. Yeah, it's already unbreathable. Anyone in there now would be dead. Okay, so open that door, please. Thank you. Again, we choose on the right unless one of them has mouth breather. I'm sorry. You had mouth breather. Oh, look how happy she is. Yay, we're in a new place. Just going to wait. No, it takes so long for the door to close. Ah, there's a problem. It's such a small space now. Okay. Can you please open that door again? Okay, now let's slow it down. No, move to here. Please close that door. No, you just wanted to sleep there. Once again, they have to sleep first. Maybe digging out some space here would make it easier. It likely would. We can make her dig it once she's inside this time, for the next victim. Move. Can Can I not make this a higher priority? Doesn't seem like I can. Which is very annoying. There's a good chance someone else is now trying to go there to close it, which is really irritating. Oh yeah, significantly easier if we have this. The only problem is we have to make sure now they die here. If they die over there, getting the corpse down to here will be annoying. And you don't want to cause annoyance, do you? Maybe a second airlock. That would actually likely be the best way to do this. Stop moving. There is easier. Fine. And so, another one passes on. Deconstruct, buildings, maximum priority, here. Also, someone please turn off the gas pump when we're not using it properly. This is so morbid. It's so Morb-id. Anyway, I clearly need to get some sleep. I've had a lot of fun and a lot of questionable decisions during this episode, and I really do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Oxygen Not Included is a series you would like to see continued in the future. Very soon we can stop with the duplicate sacrifice, as we will easily have enough morbs, but up until then, at least we're making it cleaner and more efficient for them. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. In the next episode, I think we need to tackle temperature.